rogues. Here we are.
What up?
DM Adam, Medium Adam, Jay, Rochelle on the phone, Stefan, and it is I, the Psy, also known as Carl. All right, so we'll have things facing over here towards the DM. There we go. All right. There we go. We still got running, right? We can still see it and everything.
Yeah, it's still here. I'm just in case I need to pull something up.
You got it.
So what time are we playing until, anyways? I know we
10-ish.
10-ish.
Yeah, I can go till 10. It's my wife and I give her a few days together. Like she's able to stay awake and stuff like that. So Saturdays, no, I mean that we can do anytime. But Saturdays like our night when we can actually do something pretty much. You know? So
yeah, Rochelle and I are feeling the same thing.
Yeah, that's why it's just like I'm not. Weekends are normally not the best days for me.
I was hoping I was going to spend time with Angela. Spend time with her when the kids are asleep.
Yeah. That's why 10 works out great because it's not too late to do something, but it's still
and really today, this is again last game. I don't know if you had a chance to see the last game. So what they did was they went down to recapping last game. The party went down to the sewers and were able to find their way to Grax's lair, Grax's courtroom, where he held court with the goblin tribe, that the goblin workers and the tribe that existed underwater deep, and worked the sewers, raised oozes to help keep the sewers clean and the city clean, and farmed a whole bunch of plant life and stuff like that.
Can I see the screen real quick, Adam?
Yeah. Now,
that's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Now, Tello and Rama went off into the sewers. Because Tello knows the city very well from above, and I'm naturally good at exploring. Rama's naturally good at exploring, so between the two of us, we were able to avoid a lot of encounters because we didn't take any of the secret passageways that you guys took. So when you guys remember last game, you guys went down. You found the secret passage behind Grax's throne, and went down the tunnel that you had originally. That Pip and Usador and Aurora had, and Rochelle had originally gone, and Luna had originally gone down in the direction of Xanathar's lair. And because they weren't being led by goblins, they weren't blindfolded, they started tripping traps. Because those traps are still functional.
Right? So I'd almost say it was the arrogance of some players that started tripping traps.
Some might say.
Yeah.
So what was the special weapon?
Special weapon.
Special weapon that
you fucking forgot.
Which
you
one was
it's been fucking busy. I will let you guys know. We haven't found it yet anyway.
Okay.
You might come across it at some point.
Yes.
Not now.
The reward from Lord General Jerkout.
Right. So you guys were down in the sewers doing that while Tello and Rama explored. We came back and we had a rough piecing together of the dark lines, only the major tunnels on the tunnels.
Major dark line tunnels. Those are
we were able to avoid detection and combat with a number of oozes outside of the radius of Grax's lair, because Grax's lair has, they discovered, there is the throne is actually a lodestone throne, and they are able to, which is a very powerful magical item that can't be moved. However, is the unfortunate part. It has to be lodestone, has to be teleported to its location.
Which we do have the ability to do through me, but
it was used as a throne, and by using the skull that's attached to the throne, you were able to project an aura of like a repelling aura against specific creature types. In this case, because it's Grax's lair, and the main threat when he was here was oozes, it's currently set to oozes, so you don't have to worry about oozes in this area. It only works against one thing. They have opted so far to not adjust that. It seems to work. It's a safe area for the tourists. Yeah. The most thing that we came across, that Tello and Rama came across in the tunnels, were oozes. There was some plant life, like we had in the battle, where there were like the vines and the carnivorous plants and whatnot that live in the sewer tunnel. We were going around and we found like some extras up at the surface, and it's dark. We know that there are things moving around on the surface, but we didn't explore the surface. We explored the surface. And we come back and we rest and regain our spells that we spent on that thing.
We didn't explore the surface because only one person speaks Draconic, right? If we were to notice, we were screwed.
Right.
So I can cast comprehend languages.
My character can actually speak in any language that he wants at any point in time through telepathy. Yeah.
You don't even need to speak the language.
Yeah. I just telepathically am able to communicate with anyone in any language.
But that's still
As long as they
sucks,
can-
unfortunately.
as long as they can speak a language.
Yeah, well, as long as they have language. Yeah. Telepathy in any language. Hey, thanks, the great old one.
Yeah.
So if you're a mute,
My Dark Lord.
if you're a mute, you can use it because
They
I
understand.
could use it.
They understand
Yes.
the language.
Yes, so
they
they could
understand
use
it?
it.
Oh,
Yeah. Even sign language. Right.
okay.
But you can't. By that means you can't use telepathy to communicate with
A rock.
a rock, a tree.
Correct.
That's what speak with plants is. Right. So, you guys, we return. Reveal the information. We're in Grax thing. No one has posted about anything that they wanted to do. Someone said they wanted to go and find their way towards the Mages Guild, but there has been.
I believe that
What thought
Luna and I want to do that.
I thought we were talking about there was like 3 or 4 items that we had to collect together in order to try and reverse.
Powerful
Yes,
items.
one of them
The time-
is
and one of them
like,
was
what
in the
the
Mages
suggestion was it could be at the Mages Guild.
That's right.
We were given suggestions. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Luna has a reason to go there, and I'm a
The
mage.
Hags
so that would
Eye,
be- Yeah.
that when the one that we took to the
So loose.
you can tighten it.
I would tighten the legs.
You turn the
Yeah.
These legs, I just screwed them
No,
in.
no, you turn the top part.
No, the top part is tightens this. I'm talking about the legs. The legs are loose.
Oh, is that this part right here? Tighten? No.
No. The legs
Just
are
overuse.
loose now.
Probably just overuse.
Overuse. Yeah.
So, I'll look at it after.
All right.
So, the Hags Eye that became like a plant here after our adventure in whatever dimension that was. It might have been one of the hells. They know that is locked. You know that is locked away in the Mages Guild, and because it is after what happened to it. They were able to detect evil from it, radiating from it. So they covered it, sealed, and have it in a sealed vault in the Mages Guild somewhere. As Usador, for all the time that you spent in Waterdeep, never as a member of the Mages Guild, but never spent any time at the Mages Guild, not know the flow or plan of the Mages Guild, because you did all your dealings through Aurora's dad, who had an extensive knowledge of, who was a Mage Guild member as well, but had a very extensive library. Right? That's how you got all your first level spells. That's how you had access to all the first level spells. So you are currently still in Grax thing. I'm not going to build it out because I had it built out last time. I think you took pictures, Steve?
I believe I took a couple.
You could send them out, and that'd be cool. We have them as a reference.
Yep. We also got it all recorded and everything like that as well.
Right. But just so that in case people were doing something. What do the party want to do? Kalik Renner's there. He's currently questioning his life choices.
Well, I guess I'll just follow dear old dad wherever he wants to go.
Okay. So, again, with the knowledge of that sewer map,
The sewer map.
okay, I'm not going to bring out my big map for Waterdeep. Maybe
Alright.
I could.
You can always just look there at the TV and you can see it too.
I could bring out this and have it on the table, but that's not really as good a map as the one I'm going to provide shortly.
Ooh.
I actually didn't take pictures of
Okay.
last week.
Either way, so it's heading toward the Mages Guild. What people want to do.
Yeah, if that's our first lead for a powerful magical item, that makes sense.
This lodestone throne. If anyone does detect magic, which Kalik Renner could do on demand, you just have to ask him to. It is extremely magical, but he's also sensing that there is some different magic some different. You can't see it, but you can sense it. It's a very powerful magic nearby.
Nearby, but it's not actually part of the throne.
No, it's not even an. It's like a massive. It's like a massive swelling of magical energy that he's never been able. He's never noticed. The lodestone throne is probably the most powerful magic item he's ever fucking been in contact with. This sensation he's getting vastly overpowers it.
Scrying.
On the-
Even
shot of you
so,
and
so
the rest
things
of
I've got
the
available. I have scrying. I could blow a big spell slot on that. Last time I did, that was crap. Totally wasted last time.
Scrying is also a ritual, is it not? What level is it?
That's level 5. I also still have seeming. Those would be 2 of my level 5 spells gone. But those are the 2 I have. I don't have any
Not a
I don't have any
ritual.
offensive spells.
That's
Are I'm not saying we need to do that. I'm saying
Scrying
that
is not a.
this is something.
Well, I can't know when. Takes 10 minutes to cast if you're gonna do scrying. So
Might be worth it to locate where the item is within the Mages Guild, so we're not just showing up at the Mages Guild and then like, hey, let's try and find this thing, and then wandering aimlessly.
I'm willing to.
scrying is about is you hear a particular. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that's on the same thing that is.
So just
It's a
random
creature.
magic somewhere nearby wouldn't help us find that.
That's weird. That's not how we understood scrying to work. This whole time.
Locate
Okay, okay.
locate object is a
object.
different
All
spell.
right. All right.
I have locate object.
Oh.
Do you have to know what the object is, or
You do know what the
Oh
object
yeah, it's the Hags Eye.
is. And locate object is a first level spell or a second level spell? Third level spell, I think.
Next magic is a first.
Locate object is a first?
Object. A kill is a third.
Let's say it's third.
do we think the powerful magical item we're sensing is the Hags Eye?
Locate object is a second.
Second.
But you went first, third.
Well, because I have my character has it too.
Yeah.
I don't.
But if we're pretty sure something is there.
So when the time comes, if you
Yeah,
want
no, I
to
know,
find
I'm
it,
just saying.
Yeah.
you can. If you use locate object, it will allow you to.
Allows her to see.
You sense the direction of the object's location as long as it is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate an object known to you as long as you've seen it up close, which you have, within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a Hag's Eye, as long as it's not protected by any thickness of lead. Even a thin sheet blocks the path between you and the object. That is the limitation of locate object. Now, with the information that you have,
Do you think they covered it with lead? With the information that we have, since they were trying to
Jay, you're a member of the Mages Guild. Give me an intelligence check.
intelligence check.
Rolled a 10 and +5. And would there be
+5 because you're near Steve.
And
oh,
plus,
and plus
and do you
5.
have your additional hit points still? Or are
Yep.
they gone? Then that's another +4.
Really?
on top
Oh,
of that.
okay. So
Yep.
like
Plus 14.
Plus 14.
So, plus 14.
got full belly
You
break.
know,
nice.
you know that if you, as a wizard who is not on the Mages Guild, who is not considered an archmage, if you wanted to hide an object, you would absolutely take the steps
Hide it from.
to hide it.
Oh, okay. So locate object is what can
Now,
we do?
here's the
Scrying? What's
thing,
up with
here's the
doing
thing.
scrying?
You might not be able to locate that object specifically.
Ooh, maybe we can locate the lead. Can you locate object lead?
It turned
Because they won't be covered in lead.
That's right. The lead will. Can we just stick to lead?
The lead wouldn't be covered in lead.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but you'd have to be within 1,000 feet of it.
Yep.
So maybe that's something when you're at the Mages
That's
Guild,
what I mean.
you can absolutely do that.
So the thing that he's detected magic, and he felt obviously the lodestone, but there's something else.
A massive presence, like a
Oh.
surge, like a
Presence.
wave,
Okay.
almost, as if I were to describe it. You did say you did detect good and evil.
Yeah.
It is not. You detect evil, and does that allow you to detect? You don't know the number. You just detect its presence.
It's just protection from good and evil. So I just know.
No. To using your divine sense,
Yeah.
which is a paladin thing. I can bring it up for you if you like. Using divine sense, you're able to locate, and it takes an action. Strong evil registers like a noxious odor. Undead within 60 feet of you. So you know that there are undead within 60 feet of you. Oh, no, never mind. They have total cover. That's one of your times. You do it 6 times. You know that there's you detect evil, but it's not. But not the levels that Kellick's describing.
Not huge levels.
No.
Like what he is basically. Carl Jr. or Usador Jr. Kind of evil, but
I'm not evil.
Yes, you are.
I'm not evil at all.
You proclaimed yourself to be evil.
No, I haven't.
evil fish.
You
No,
serve
I-
an evil demon god.
I just serve whatever God gave me this power. I don't really know shit
The
about
dark
them.
ones, you assume color
Yeah.
and alignment are interwoven. Usador the Blue, Defender of Light and Shadow.
I just know he's been cackling and like making the power pyramid and all of these signs and like,
That's right. That's right, because I got the power. I didn't even have to work for it. I was just some dude at an inn, and then I
Yeah.
saw Kellick, and he was like, look at all my power. And I was
Check
like,
this
I want
out.
that too.
Zot.
Yeah. I don't know what I did. All I know is now I can go blasting.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
now then, with the party's knowledge of Waterdeep,
Yeah, some weird guy. Some great old one. I don't know. That's what he
with the
told me.
party's
at
knowledge
least.
of Waterdeep, the sewers connect to the surface at those round locations. And I will, because
Like
most of
manhole covers or like these houses.
manhole, well, they're entryways to the surface.
Okay.
And this is another smaller version of the map, so I'm not pulling out the big one. It has a lot of the main locations of the trade ward. Plinth. Your church is the plinth, which is on the map there as well.
We gotta go there.
Let's try and find the plinth.
Blackstaff's
Should be
Tower is
right
the
near
Mages
the
Guild.
middle.
The Wilds, the plinth, right here. So here's the plinth.
Yeah.
Right north, just north of the trade ward. Between
The
trade ward and the
city
City
of
of
the
the
dead. That doesn't sound all
the
that.
City of the Dead's where they buried all the corpses over the centuries and
That's
centuries and
where my
centuries.
house is.
He's very short.
Yeah, I used to work there as a embalmer.
Yeah, I know. You kind of got Edward fired.
Well, he just replaced him.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been replaced if it wasn't for some meddling kid.
I didn't do anything.
Would have got away with it too.
I don't believe I intentionally did anything to get anyone fired, did I?
Inadvertently, it happened. Yeah, actually, didn't you petition for him? You tried to get him executed, if I'm not mistaken.
You went pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, in Usador's defense,
Oh, he wasn't.
he does fuck dead corpses.
Did.
Jesus.
That's
don't know
all
if
in
he
the past
stopped.
now. That's all
You
in
don't
the
know
past.
for sure that's in the past.
Who
He
wanted to take
okay,
my-
he doesn't
my
have a lower
breakfast
part of his
apart?
torso anymore, so it is in the past. He has been ripped in half. It is suspended on the wall
Still carries a pocket.
by vines.
And part of his backstory, over the past 10 or 12 or however many years it's been, then he and Aurora end up kind of getting together, if I'm not mistaken.
That's one
right.
reality, Carl.
That's right.
She made him get rid
In
of all
this,
his
in
flesh
this reality, they weren't lights.
In one reality, that's true.
Golems. Flesh golems is what he prefers now.
Yeah. They have stronger grip.
Made to demand.
And Bro can get together with Magneto.
You can always swap out parts on a flesh golem.
That's right.
Yeah.
Interchangeable.
Wait.
I'm not even saying Aurora didn't
That's
like
not.
it.
That's not from the new. That's not from the new X Men, is it?
Definitely not.
I'm not even watching the new X Men. I'm watching the old X Men with the kids.
Mm.
The new
X-Men
one's
97 is supposed to be really good.
It's really good.
Yeah. I
It's-
want to
it's
start
so-
it, but
Do you know what makes it so good? It's so consistent with the original.
I like
so
how it looks like.
consistent.
I like
The-
how it
the
looks
look
like.
is
no,
just-
no,
it's the
Rogue's
same
butt
look.
has been toned down. They have toned down her butt.
Not
Like,
much.
that's the only complaint that I have about it is I saw like people complaining X-Men
It was
97
the
sucks. And I was like,
voices.
oh,
The
you just
voices
so much
were
complaints
different.
just about her butt. Like it
It's
was
got,
a great
it's
butt.
got all of the tackiness of the original, all of the fun, all of, it feels like the original, but just better graphics.
That's what Edward said.
the original.
Edward.
Flesh Golem Army.
Yeah.
So
So,
they're trying to please the crowd.
so what is?
I've heard really good things.
So the plan is to head towards Blackstaff's Tower. Is that correct? Which is the Mage's Guild.
Yes.
Is it, or do whatever? Just tell me.
So if
I'm
I,
down
if I
with
may
just
make a
following right
suggestion,
now.
can I make a suggestion? I would suggest we have our scout take a look and see if there's do their best to see if there's a clear path from where we are. If yes, we try and sneak there. It's still
I don't know
my
my way. I don't know my way to the.
Does
the-
anyone
Are we gonna
have a-
take the sewers to get to like pop out
Can you
near
can
where
you or
it is?
Luna conjure a familiar?
I can conjure a familiar.
Can you still conjure familiars?
I can't do a pseudo dragon. I could conjure a crow. Could I not?
Let's conjure him.
So we're on this
How-
map. We're on this map. Would you say that that they are?
Where you guys are currently,
No, would you say that the Mages Guild is?
Blackstaff's Tower, just north of Castle Waterdeep.
Blackstaff's Tower, Castle Water. All right. So if this is Castle Waterdeep, right here. This is Castle Waterdeep, right? So where would the sewers line up with that? If we're looking at the sewers and we're looking at Castle Waterdeep, so would it be?
Just go from
there's
that
the
this part
castle.
right here.
So it's they both have to be facing north.
Yep.
North. Round, I'd say SF 41, 40, SF 42.
Okay.
Right here.
So did
You
you already?
still have a little ways to get there.
Did you guys explore all the way up to SF42 then when you were doing your
the
when you were doing your
the
scouting?
main black corridors are the
Yep.
ones that we scouted.
So you did
These
scout up to
offshoots we don't
SF42.
know.
Yep.
The main black corridors only. So this is where we
Yep.
can hop out.
So you can get us to SF42 is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. Do you guys want to take
That's
the
a good
sewers to SF42 in that
So,
case?
so we're saying we've already checked traps for
Yeah, you
most
can
of this
keep-
already. Did we already get a good chunk of the way there? Did we
Well,
clear?
we didn't go anywhere. Only
Look,
Telos
you guys are level
and
13.
Did
Lama
we,
went.
did we get part of the way there?
We didn't go that far. Did we?
No.
We didn't go that far. No.
You kind of traps because you went down a secret corridor towards that you didn't know,
We-
but it
we
led
went-
towards Xanathar's.
We went north, right? We headed north down the tunnel because the other way was going to be water. 'Cause we thought it would have flooded out.
Yes, to the south, about from where, like, say, 2 or 3 kilometers from where Grax's lair is, toward the tunnels that would lead that you guys originally came in when you were Pip. Came in to enter the sewers that way and encountered the goblet on the raft, and the carnivorous plants and the ooze farm and all that stuff. That was down at the bottom of the sewers toward the wharf. It's collapsed and flooded. Rambo told you guys that at the start of last game, and he went heading the opposite direction. Now, that is the direction that this very powerful magic aura is coming from.
So
So
towards where we're going?
I
no,
do have
north,
Arcane Eye
south.
charged up.
What's that?
I find Familiar and Arcane Eye charged up. I do not want to blow my whole load of spell slots right away.
Is Find Familiar which
It is, yeah. You can
Ryan's on
cast
his
it with
way.
it.
so you can
Pardon?
Ryan's on his way. Just
do Find Familiar without burning a spell slot?
It
I
just takes
can't
10
because
minutes.
it's in my. It's
Then it burns.
in
Then it
my
burns a
staff.
spot.
I,
spot.
so
it's in your staff,
so I
okay, so
let
thought
the
it was-
DM know that I was changing those.
And
You did?
and
Yes,
you
I did.
can't recharge that until you have Find Familiar back on your spell list.
Right.
Or you have a lot of downtime.
Or I put something else into it. Yeah.
Right.
That I already have memorized. Okay. So I mean, it's still better doing that than it is.
When you have,
using
if you ever
Arcane Eye.
come up to a time where you have a lot of downtime again, spending a lot of time making scrolls will give you the versatility
Yep.
to just burn a scroll to put into because then you can get, as long as the spell's cast on it, you can do it. But if you don't have it,
It's a good idea. What was I doing last time I had downtime? Wasn't I building
making
up my
potions
business?
has been hell bent on making your Viagra.
I should be seeing better results for that. For all the time
There
I
is
put in.
absolutely no city here.
No, wait though. You
There's
gave
nobody
me.
tested
I didn't
on it.
write this down, but you would know. You gave me.
You
a
got the
whole
demon
bunch
ball
of
strength.
demon balls.
Oh, if you didn't write it down, that's not my
I
fault,
wrote it
buddy.
down somewhere.
You're gonna have to go and listen back to the pre-recordings
Jesus
and figure out how
Christ.
many
Come
you
on,
got.
throw me a fucking bow.
I don't know how many it was. It was like 3
Literally.
strength plus ones, and
It
like,
was 3.
yeah,
Three
yeah.
strength plus ones, and wasn't there like a really good one?
So
No, there were 3 strength plus ones, and you got some of the other one too that you were crafting.
can we
I forget
assume
how many of each one.
some
It
very
might not even be
basic
3, I
things
just
have
don't know.
happened here?
It was quite a few.
I want to like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
pull back the veil a little bit. We can spend some time doing nominal combats through the sewers, fighting off the occasional gelatinous cube.
That sounds boring.
And everyone can cast. You'd be burning your
I'd be
spells.
blasting. I'd start
You guys would
blasting
be
them.
using cantrips mostly to
I had
eradicate these
seeming.
problems.
If we want to just walk around the.
No, I'm talking about in the sewers. You would be in once you get outside of the 60 feet from Grax's throne.
Yeah.
From Grax's court.
It's everything.
Then you start encountering oozes. You start encountering things like the carnivorous plants, the occasional small
Well,
drake.
that's why I'm wondering if we should just walk through the city.
You are welcome to walk through the city, but you need to tell me.
But if we walk through the city, who knows what's up there?
Well,
It's like the devil we know versus the devil we
But that's
don't,
exactly
right?
why I said to have someone scout who's not going to be seen. And then if it's like, hey, we could probably get through the city. There's not a lot of patrols. We do that, or we just cast seeming.
I say you cast a familiar.
Yeah, but what's
up
seeming
to
gonna
fly
do?
around,
Yeah.
see
Who are we
what's going
hiding
on.
from?
Yeah.
Where are we hiding from?
Dragonborn.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do? Look like Dragonborn?
Yes.
And then what? We're just gonna wander around looking like Dragonborn?
Wander around looking like Dragonborn. We have someone talk in Dragonborn if we're approached, and then we go straight to the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, it burns a 5th level spell, right, Adam?
It does, but I mean, I'm just. If
I don't
anyone
know.
else has got something
It goes
better,
without. It goes without.
I don't want to
saying that
fight
You don't
slime
know
all night,
what
that's
is.
boring.
Well, I
Going
would
on.
What
already
he's
know.
saying is if we blow 1 or 2 spell slots,
Yep.
he's going to let us just get through
That's
it
what I
without
mean.
fighting
Yeah.
uses.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been saying like,
If everyone burns. We're assuming most people use cantrips for their things.
I've only got
you wouldn't-
cantrips, basically.
Steve, you wouldn't have used any of your You wouldn't have used any of your spell slots.
yeah,
But
you're not
take
surviving.
off. Steve, drop 10 points from your lay on hands. Jay, take off a 1st level spell slot.
I can do that.
Hello, take off a 1st level spell slot. I drop a 1st level
Are you
spell
getting
slot.
this, sweetheart? I think
All the casters
I
lose
was
a first
gonna-
level
I was
spell
gonna
slot.
Blow seeming,
And I'll just describe.
but rather than you,
Except for me,
blowing
'cause I just blast them.
stride,
Yeah,
You
you
could.
guys
you
are
could
using
totally do that,
using Eldritch Blast. That's really all you're doing.
That's all I am
He's
gonna
gonna let
do.
us just.
That's my
just
whole
go
character
through
is just
the-
Eldritch
the-
Blast
the-
guy.
He's gonna
But-
let us go
and
through
that's
the
why,
sewers so we
like-
don't have to blow slots.
Because we could spend. If I were just, I don't like. I know
That's
in
better.
This
video
could take
games.
2 hours just to get to the fucking.
I know in
Yeah.
video games, that's part of the fun is getting to the location. But in real playing of D&D, I could if
That's
I
when
were
you're
to
sitting
throw
by
a bunch
yourself
of
in the
like
basement
3rd level
and you have
fucking
nothing else to
encounters
do
at you
for
guys for no reason, it would be boring as fuck.
He
And
said,
poof, we're at the
I have
mage's
to get rid of
Yeah.
Everyone's
Time has
taking away those
passed.
spell
getting
slots.
rid of
Okay.
a level 1 spell.
Time has passed.
You're traveling
Never
through the
mind.
sewers.
All right. So what was it that was called? You said it was SF42.
SF42.
All right. So
As
here
you
we
guys are traveling through the sewers,
SF.
you encounter gray oozes. You encounter gelatinous
Right here.
cubes. You
That's
encounter
SF42.
carnivorous plants. You come across
I
the
take all of their testicles.
you come across the bones, the desiccated remains of a fair number of goblins and humans. Now, Rama can do a wilderness check or a survival check and tell you that a majority of them were running in the direction of Grax's court when they died.
Probably trying to get some lodestone or something.
Okay. There are human remains down here as well. You're also come across an occasional drake. Does everyone know what a drake is?
Like,
Baby dragon, isn't it?
No.
We didn't find any dead bodies at the lodestone, so
You didn't.
nobody made it to the lodestone.
These are drakes.
Well, like a baby.
you're finding
Slow
like
dragons.
these orange ones here, right? Their bones and their bodies. You encounter a couple of those, you fight them off. They're not very difficult to defeat. They're actually fairly.
They're like dog sized, right? Like a big dog.
Some of them are a little bit bigger, but yeah,
Like a ballad.
and yeah. But all the ones that you're finding are already wounded. Like things have been eating them, possibly the oozes. But oozes don't leave bite marks.
Right.
You go. Rama pokes up out of the
SF-42.
SF-42. Pokes it up.
SF-42.
Lowers it down very quietly. I don't think I should go first.
What do you see? 42.
There's a fair number of undead just milling about and wandering about. It's dark and it's raining. We are about, if the building you're pointing, the building you describe, there's a large tower with a square base and then a large cylindrical cone coming out of the top of it. About, I'd say, 500 yards to the east from where we are.
Is there any undead around? That makes sense.
We're
You
gonna
mean
pull,
living?
Well, like undead,
pull
but
a Walking
like,
Dead.
yeah,
Slime
pull a
ourselves
walking,
up.
exactly, so they don't smell us.
That sounds like fun.
I don't know the difference between different types of undead aside from zombies. and
So, like,
skeletons.
Dead humans.
Dead
Yeah.
humans, anything like putrid, like smelling.
I'd say so. See for yourself. Yeah, it's gross. Undead are not my speciality.
I know, like when we're coming through here.
You should do
Yeah.
turn undead.
Not on a large enough radius, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Is he powerful against undead? Yes. With that being said,
I'll
Right.
blast them.
so Rama says, this is what I see. Shit ton of undead. I know what skeletons and zombies look like, but some of them are moving around a little bit different. They seem to be
different.
like dogs. But they're humans. They're moving around like dogs,
What time is
sniffing
it?
and smelling everything. If I were to mark my guess, 23:30.
It's almost
Okay.
midnight. The witching hour.
So we'd have to sit here for a long time for daylight. And we're in an uncomfortable spot in the sewers. Is there a way to get right under?
The sewers are not that little thing is to let you know that it is not safe. You cannot rest here.
Is
You
there
don't
a-
want to stop here.
Is there a branch off of the sewers that would lead directly into the Wizard's
yeah.
Tower if we were to go off, not necessarily SF-42, but take one of the little side passages to get to their like latrine areas and stuff like that?
I've been in this tower.
Like I'm assuming there's an
recently.
You haven't
aqueduct
been
or
in the
something, right?
sewers of the tower, and you haven't been in the tower recently. You did all your business with Aurora's.
Yeah, it's been
Like,
15 years.
I'm assuming that there's an aqueduct underneath here that would allow us to get in, right? I mean, we don't have modern plumbing with like PEX pipes and stuff
You're
like that,
right.
right?
You know what? You're probably right, but I'm pretty sure they would. Those would be closely guarded secrets. Just as a non-wizard, I would want to hide any potential way under my tower. If I'm taking all the time to make sure that my place's power are way up high, I want to make sure that they were pretty well secured. So I'm not saying those things don't exist. I'm saying we'd have to look.
Do we want to do like take some time and look for like secret areas and stuff? Because I mean that way we could pop right in there. Like, do you want to look
Can we at
for?
least do performance or
Well, I mean, it's
perception checks?
yeah,
Yeah,
perception
you can
checks.
do, you can do perception checks. Now, the bear in mind, I'm not going to make you roll for the intelligence. That any corridor that you find that would possibly lead to the Wizard's Tower, the Mages Guild, Jay, you would assume it is going to be very well protected.
Yeah.
And not by the wizards have a great many things and ways to protect themselves. Not necessarily.
Do we have some way to?
I did a perception check of 24. Is there anything?
In your immediate area, you're feeling around. There's like some small water grates that you'd have to crawl through to get through. But could you get through it? You would certainly have to shimmy. You'd have a hell of a time getting through it. You could be.
I could just transform.
could just transform and burn one of your forms. Yes, you can. Yes, by all means, give me your resources.
Can I blast my way through?
Okay, I'm thinking. Is there something
Potentially.
we could send up there that would lure them away? There's some way we could lure them away.
Something living.
Hey, why don't you
I'm
send
not
another
going
one of
to-
your familiars up there, Lucidor?
Well,
I'm not going to suggest anything because
if it's
I'm
something
not
that
playing.
can fly, right? We could
Well,
do that. If it's
fly?
something, then it would be
Can't
safe.
you fly? Why
I
don't
don't
can't
have-
you
I
fly
didn't
above
Yeah,
them?
just fly.
You
I
store
didn't
bait.
fly.
Yeah, like
fly.
couldn't we use a
It's
person?
it's
couldn't
a
we use
city full of
Rama as
dragons.
bait?
I'm not flying around the city.
Useless or the useless.
Got a lot going on here, man.
if you want, like, hey, I can run. I'm pretty sure I can outrun some undead, but I don't know how many there are. Like, at first glance, I lost count. I saw like at least 30 between us and our destination. Not, and there's those ones that are moving around like animals.
I have prestidigitation. Wonder if I could do something loud enough to attract them.
I am offering no suggestions. You tell me, Steve, you find that tunnel that leads off in that direction?
I let them know.
That
What
you
is
would
the
have to
range of
crawl through.
prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation.
That's kind of weak.
But sometimes cantrips change the. I have it there for a reason, right?
Yeah,
We
because
can do
there's
something
30
with
of them. There's 30 of them, right? It's like, how many are we going to be able to lure into one spot?
A harmless sensory effect, shower spark with faint or an odd odor. Instantly light yourself on a candle torch or small campfire. Instantaneously clean or soil an object. Chill, warm up or flavor, color, small mark, or symbol will appear on an object or surface for 1 hour. Create a non-magical drink in order to lose their image. You can fit your hand on that last to the end of the mixture.
Yes.
What's the range on it?
Oh, it says if you cast
10 feet.
3 of its.
You can't throw something.
No.
Up there and distract them.
Can you cast light on an arcane eye?
That's light on an object.
I don't have light.
No, you don't have light?
'Cause I
I'm gonna
got.
cast daylight. Anybody have that?
Oh, we have a scroll of daylight, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't, but someone probably.
I've got
does.
the light cantrip.
You got the light cantrip?
I've got minor illusion as well, but that's only 30 feet.
If we cast daylight on us, it's just gonna be like a beacon.
I don't think it even works that way. I think that it's in like a spot when you cast daylight. It doesn't follow you like the light spell. I
But
think
you can
it's
cast daylight on something, right?
And
Can I do
concentrate on
that?
it and move it.
like, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Because that's what we did. We cast light in the basement, right? For you on the staff.
Yo,
Hello.
Light.
Hey,
You might be a little late.
He has
Maybe this way.
arrived.
I'm just gonna leave the outdoor light on. I couldn't see.
yeah, I forgot to
Dark coming down the
press
stairs.
on it was lightning.
Yeah, I just thought I'd be here a little there. Sorry, I had to take my son to a birthday party in London, and by the time we
Oh, that's
did the errands after and the
Yeah.
groceries, and then we got home.
That's like my son to a birthday party today too. But it was in St. Thomas at the gym.
You
so.
can choose.
I wish more people do it in St. Thomas.
I know.
Everybody does flying
Oh,
squirrel.
man.
It's flying squirrel again.
I
That's
know,
like
flying squirrel.
Everybody
We did
does it
flying
now.
squirrel once, cost us $500 for a birthday party.
They're
I was
pretty
like,
good
never
compared to
again.
the. You ever checked out the one that's really pricey? The factory. You ever
Yeah,
been there?
we did that with
Oh,
Lucian
yeah.
last
Not
year,
doing
and you only
factory.
had like
So-
there were 4 people, and it was almost the same.
We were gonna
Yeah.
do it there.
To
It was
answer your
so
question about
expensive. Yeah,
daylight,
we
you
didn't
can
have-
target an object, cast it on an object, and have that object with you. You can throw it and do whatever. from
We've
there.
done that. We've
You
done that with
can,
rocks and stuff.
if the light shines from the object and moves with it,
Yeah.
completely covering the affected object with an opaque light.
I swear, don't you have some ability to repel undead straight up, Steve? Like,
Well, turn on that.
But it's not as good as a cleric's.
I know, but I mean, it's still like good. It's still powerful.
I have
Look up-
protection from good and evil. That's pretty much it.
It's not the same. No, you have
should
straight
have
up
turned
an
on that.
Sanctuary,
ability.
does, but
lesser
it's not as big a range as
restoration.
a
He just gets it. Yeah, but if he's using it, we could walk with him, and it would turn those that we are with, right?
Well, they make it.
Protection
they
is a
make it
save,
safe.
and it's an instantaneous effect, and then it's gone. What's going on here with my spelling?
I feel like there's got to
No,
be
it's-
a way out of this. We gotta get out of this.
What does Rochelle have anything?
How many people? I have.
Getting a little.
So this is any undead or whatever. You until this point ends, you touch one willing
One-
creature you
one
touch
willing
is protected against creatures, aberrations, such as other Theatines or undead. Protection spell. Choose creature types with disadvantage on attack rolls against that target. You can't be charmed or frightened against it. And
So I
it
can
doesn't-
touch everybody, but
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna,
it doesn't keep them away. It will still enter combat with them.
It
We'll just
protects
have
the person.
advantage.
they have disadvantage to attack.
so unless I touch everybody and I cast daylight, that just basically keeps everybody.
Well, daylight you can
Daylight
cast
doesn't
on
affect
something.
every undead. It's not the
But it would
bane
do
of every
probably
undead.
the majority of the undead.
Or it would attract them to you. It's not the same as like a vampire that would take damage from it.
If
or
we were
something
doing it
like that,
against a
right?
shadow
Yeah.
or a shade,
It's almost like that would attract them in some ways.
Yeah, it's like
They're not immune to
and
it.
it would not just be them that can see it.
I can do dimension door and bring one person. That's it.
Useless.
I'm just saying.
Well, not for me and whoever.
I think we should try and figure out coming in from underneath then. If we can't outright like avoid 30 undead, or we just like because we don't even know what kind of undead they are. They're walking all
Let's
weird and
squeeze
stuff
through
like
the
that.
let's squeeze through the fucking tube.
Yeah, let's send
familiars.
Luna up first.
Tell me what you do.
Let's have Luna turn into a snake or something and squirrel up there.
Send my
Why not?
wife down as a
So,
She
we
can
have
be
to-
useful.
Telos,
Okay.
Telos didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, Telos' turtle shell.
Telos not. He's 450 pounds.
With a big shell on his back.
And yeah, he's a big dude.
You know what? There's got to be.
So there's that, and we're going into the highest powered wizard's lair.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be traps.
I would-
And you guys got fucked up by traps, the goblins. And
Yeah,
fuckery.
that's true.
And do you think now I'm
I mean,
just
so
going
like
to
the
add to
front
that?
door's not
I'm
gonna
just
be
going to add
trapped
to that
too,
for
right?
Tello because he seems to be a worldly man. Just because it's still a wizard's tower, and the wizard's tower is considered part of the dragon's hoard. Do you think that he would have some of his powerful people there guarding it as well? So maybe you
seeming dragonborn seeming.
do what you like.
Yeah, but that won't
Do
protect
what
us
you
from the
like.
undead.
Won't it?
No. Why
I
would it?
bet you it will.
Do what you like.
Undead don't see illusions.
Why are there dragonborn wandering through the city and undead wandering through the city? Whoever's controlling the dragonborn, if the
Are
undead
they-
are there,
Are they wandering together?
Nope.
Okay.
Are they out just like patrolling basically?
The undead are milling about at night, and this is what
So okay,
Edgar warned you about when the torso of Edgar warned you about that happens at night. He gets used.
yeah.
He's one of many mages' corpses that get used to exert control over the undead by the dragon.
Maybe we literally just wait till daylight. Maybe we
Did you
literally
know-
just wait till day,
Let me finish my
and that's
thoughts.
that.
My
I actually thought we were.
He said we can't wait
till
8
daylight
hours.
when we were
It's
in
8 hours
the
now at this
Goblin
point,
House,
you know?
but
Yeah.
we
8 hours.
thought it was like
It would solve every problem.
Yeah, I think so, but then you're visible. So go on, Jay. Sorry.
so.
But then we could seeming. Once the undead are gone, then we could
Well,
seeming
hold
to
on.
dragon.
I don't know this, but I think it's altogether possible and probably likely. We know that dragons are essentially in control of Waterdeep, correct? The dragons are in control, and all of the menial stuff is being done by the Dragonborn. If they didn't want these undead here, they wouldn't be here. Dragons could clean them up real quick. And if they've been hassling Dragonborn,
Well, the
then what's
undead are
the
being
point?
created by these dragonborn. Basically, they're using them
Exactly.
in order to protect
so why
during
are
the
they
night.
going to be attacking?
No, the undead aren't going to attack the dragonborn.
Exactly. So if we're using seeming,
But the undead will.
Seeming
The
is an
undead
illusion.
see through illusion.
you
That's
think,
a-
that you think that they will see through the illusion?
Why
Why would they?
Undead
You
just
can't
don't.
charm them.
Yeah, I don't think that undead are like even see illusions, do they?
They sense life.
And the undead
so
are
you'd
just
be
an
like,
extra layer of protection for the Dragonborn
Yeah.
aren't hanging out. It's nighttime.
I say what we do is we wait till
They probably have a
daylight,
purpose.
and then we seeming to dragonborn,
I've turned
and
unholy.
then we go in.
Yeah, you can turn the undead.
Yep.
I know I turn unholy as
Yeah.
an action. You can present your holy symbol, speak a prayer.
But they're going to be Dragonborn
So-
at the tower.
Quick recap for Ryan.
30 feet.
You guys have left the sewers where you guys were originally. Rama and Tello came back,
That's
and they
42.
were able to find all the dark lines on that map are sewers that they have explored.
And so we're near the plinth right now.
No, you're going to the Black. You're going towards Blackstaff's tower.
That's right here, though, isn't it? Which is near
No.
the plinth.
Plinth is
42,
no,
Blackstaff
Castle Ward.
Where is it?
So right under Castle Water, just north of Castle Waterdeep. The small thing. Okay, it's right beside Mount Waterdeep. The small.
Oh, over
bit-
here.
No, above,
It's
right
all
where your
blown
finger
up
is.
on
Above there.
Here. Okay, so we're going here.
You see the tall
All right, so
spike
we're
in the
going
middle of the road on the map there?
Blackstaff's Tower right there. That's where we're heading.
That is the Mage's Guild.
So I think it's honestly like we should just wait till daylight that deals with the undead. Then you can cast seeming like you wanted to, and then we can turn into those draconic or
I just need to know if you're waiting
then
until
we can
what
turn
is your
draconic.
point now?
And
You know
then we'd be able
something's
to
gonna
blend in
happen
with
Turn
the
like
new
holy,
guys.
but
Just so you
like,
know, something's
it doesn't
gonna
Well,
happen.
yeah, and I mean, obviously it's
Doesn't
protected. We're gonna have to
really
still get through whatever
work.
guards are gonna be
how
at
far
the
how
Mage's
far
Guild
from
and
where
stuff,
we
right?
are is the Mage's Guild?
300 yards.
We're like there. We're basically there. We're
So we
underneath
just
it
pop
right
out
now.
and fucking run for it.
Right, and then we're running into the Dragonborn guards.
No, but we haven't seen any
There
Dragonborn
will
guards.
be.
Because right now at night,
You know how I
it's
know
the
there will be?
undead.
You know how I know for sure?
Because they're going to be inside the
Because
castle.
the DM dropped the hint.
What? So explain it then. What's the hint that he dropped?
Because that's what
Dropped the
they'll
hint that it's going to be guarded by Dragonborn.
But no, we said they wouldn't just leave it unguarded. And right now there's the undead that are out at night.
Guardian.
That's right, the undead.
Or
I
Guardian.
didn't see any Dragonborn. I
Right.
only saw undead.
See, you didn't see any dragonborn. You only saw undead.
The undead would attack us, or would, like if it's nighttime, will they even see us?
Oh, yeah.
Well, so our options are try and avoid the undead right now to get in there, or wait till daylight and then try and avoid the dragon kill.
I mean, I could just blow a massive spell slot and weaken them all.
Undead
And
won't
kill
like
them.
fire, yes? Fire
What?
bad?
I mean, I can always use fireball.
Generally
or a
speaking,
I have a spell
fire,
of fireball.
in the event
They're
that
all
fire
spread out,
doesn't
though,
work,
these three
use
guys.
more fire.
I can cast grease.
Yeah, we don't even know they're all spread out. The way I'm picturing it right now is that they're all spread out throughout the alleys. They're not all clumped
Yeah, it's like
together, so you
Walking
can.
Dead.
So here's how
fireball
it's
them.
going to be.
Well, let's
Or
ask
like-
Roma. Are they close enough together that fireball would give us a clear
Some of
path?
them,
Is there a straight path?
not a straight path.
Enough of them?
I mean, you probably thin some out. You can probably do that for all day. Like you
Undead
cast
don't have
fireballs
any-
like all day,
it's
right?
fucking
Oh, no, it's
slaughter.
And
No,
once
not
you cast
fireballs.
fireball, think about that
Fireballs.
huge ball
Oh, I
of
don't
light
know.
appears. I'm sure that would alert people. This is a covert operation.
Ah.
This isn't something that's like, hey, let's cast
Hold on,
daylight.
hold on,
Let's
hold on.
try
This is
to
why I'm
do it.
saying. You
Let's
tell me what
fireball
you guys are
everything.
doing.
Hold on, hold
Here's
on.
my hint. Here's
I'll
my
give you-
actual hint.
I'll give you a ball of my fireball,
He's giving a hint.
and you give it to your familiar, and you get him
When
to
the
drop
DM
it.
is generous enough to give a hint, everyone listens.
When you go out there, if you're going to go out there guns blazing, expect to attract attention.
There you go.
But if
Wasn't
But
much of a
it's
hint.
like-
And who
Yeah.
controls
Yeah.
and who controls Waterdeep right now?
Yeah, try
Jay,
it.
you make
Are you prepared to
No.
deal with that currently?
No.
I don't think so.
Jay,
Well-
you make a familiar. I give you one of my orbs from that necklace.
They'll
A
know.
fireball. It'll fly. It'll
They'll
drop
know.
it, and they'll fucking go for it.
Don't know.
Let's-
That's not
yeah,
covert.
That's not covert.
we don't wanna lose
That's not.
Let's
covert.
let's cast light. Does anybody have like a
I
sling
have
or something
daylight.
stupid? No, I've got the light charm.
Yeah.
And I've got minor
Could
illusion.
we could put the light.
But light
on
is
So-
the
different
familiar.
than daylight.
No, we're not trying to hurt anybody. We're trying to distract them,
Yeah.
right?
That's what
So
I'm saying.
casting light on a rock or something, and just trying to herd these things.
Well, that was my first thing.
Yeah, like
Well, I
So
can
it's
turn
like
invisible too.
prestidigitation.
Oh,
Permanently.
now you.
Well, no, I can turn invisible pretty much permanently for 1 minute at a time. So I'm invisible for a minute, then I reappear. Then I have to turn
Cast
invisible
light,
for a minute,
like-
then reappear.
Well, that's
Now,
good. Why don't
invisible
You
you
for
can
a minute,
also
then I
turn
reappear.
invisible.
now
Now,
I can turn invisible. Yeah, I don't have a
Now.
light casting spell that I'm wearing.
okay.
But if you
Steve
go
and
somewhere else,
Steve
you do
only.
something.
Give me a religion.
Well, but you're +5, +4.
5 plus
I mean,
Because
I've got
you get
a-
so
+4
it's
from my guy too.
14 plus my religion,
+5, +4, which is wisdom, I think, right?
which is religion. Plus, so it's 14.
I have invisibility as well, so I could cast. I
You have
could blow a
invisibility as
couple
well?
slots and something. Yeah.
18,
I also have
20.
The only thing is, it would be momentarily, every 1 minute, they'd be like, I smell something, and then I'd have to turn invisible.
I basically
It's
got
only 1 minute at a
Oh,
time.
invisibility is for an hour.
No,
The
not
spell
mine.
invisibility.
Yeah. Mine
Yours is until you take damage or you're spotted, as long as you're
Right.
outside of a light source.
Mine is a special eldritch invocation that I can only get from the great unclean one. I mean, the
Where
great
would you guys
one.
be? So we could like
I
three
can
of us
turn
can
you
turn
invisible.
You guys would do a hideout.
No, I just cast invisibility.
What do we do
Oh,
with
yeah.
Luna?
I can cast invisibility.
Well, if Luna
twice.
was like shape changed, then she wouldn't even be noticed by anything. The
She'd be
undead
around.
aren't
Well,
gonna, the
but she
undead
didn't have
aren't
to,
gonna
'cause
chase
she's
her.
No.
our tank. One of our tanks.
I'm not gonna say
20.
Pardon?
20 altogether.
The undead do sense life, but they can't track by it. They know it's present, but they can't like hone in on it. They still rely on sight, unless you were to see like an undead dog that could track by smell. They rely on sight. They
Unless you're,
can sense life though. So even if the party isn't visible,
If you pop out,
they will know that there is a presence of life in their midst. Go ahead.
But
The
they won't know
glowing
where.
button
Ooh, a
on top.
white king, eh?
They
Yeah,
won't know
I
where.
was just looking stuff up earlier.
Nothing. Nothing
Nothing
at
of
all.
any importance.
Pay no attention to the man behind the screen.
I got a fancy one. I got an old one with like actual buttons you push in.
Oh,
Digital
yeah.
buttons.
Tell me what actions you're taking. Burn your spell slots accordingly. And we will carry on. Currently, you're
Spending a
standing in
lot
the
of time
sewers.
not
Steve,
doing anything.
So
you have found a small tunnel that you would have to like shimmy through, like die hard it up.
All right, someone's got to do something. So I'm going to do something. I'm
Pass
going to.
without trace.
why don't we guys like
What?
on the tunnel?
Well,
Pass without trace.
Oh yeah.
Pass without trace.
But they'd still be able to detect life,
Not
right?
if you use the spell pass without a trace, because it specifically covers up covers up your scent,
Ah, good call.
covers
Huh?
up absolutely every
So
way
we all
of
turn
tracking
invisible.
you. Even if you're
So we
invisible,
have-
you'll still leave footprints in the snow. You'll still leave whatever. But pass with a trace.
So we have
eliminates
one person that can use that ability.
that. I can use that.
All right,
Or
two
can they
people.
use that for? It works on an
Use that
individual.
on the whole party. And we got a plus 10 bonus to dexterity.
Boom.
Check.
Pull it up.
That was a good idea.
All right, let's do it. A plus what to dexterity?
No, I'm
we
good,
did
thank
this
you.
before, didn't we?
Oh, they're like stop like smoking and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh, I
not
think
doing
it's-
my.
yeah.
I'm not
It's
using
like,
Rama's thing. You
yeah,
know,
it's
you're
like
not
she
using
does
Rama.
that.
Rama is
It
there.
says self.
Oh yeah.
Target self.
Does it help?
A veil of shadowed radiance from you, masking you
Oh,
and your
but-
companions
Oh,
from
okay.
connection. It's an aura.
I've seen you during the game. I wasn't sure what they were.
Yeah,
I just thought I'd finally
Plus
ask.
10 bonus on stealth checks. It can't be tracked except by magical
I
means.
don't know what he's taking. It's his business.
But we're just worried about the undead. Okay, so do we need invisibility
Can't be
with
tracked, so
this, or is
Well,
this enough
I
on
don't
its
know
own?
if that's tracked. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
if you're not invisible, then they're gonna
See you.
Still
Okay,
gonna-
you're right.
And
Okay,
you
so
can
we
try
all.
and stealth it, but we got people.
Oh, I'm
So you can go invisible and you
Up to an
can
hour.
make Luna
It's a
invisible.
good spell.
So she needs to cast pass without a trace before I make her invisible.
Okay, pass without a trace.
That's correct.
Well,
Excellent.
if anything, pass without a trace
But
on
there's
the
a lot.
party.
I am casting invisibility on 1M.
Okay, so you can turn invisible.
But
Yeah,
she does
she's
pass
casting-
without a trace.
But burn the
I
spell.
don't need to though, do I? She's cast on the party.
Well,
But that's
the
not invisibility. That's passive trace.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And also, yeah, I'll turn.
It doesn't cost you anything to turn.
Yeah, I'll
So
turn
that's-
invisible for 1 minute at a time, and
No, I'll turn you invisible.
why?
I'll turn myself invisible because it lasts longer.
Oh, okay. You have the spell. You're just gonna strip.
I
cast
do
the
have
spell
it. Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Well, what about our brave paladin?
He's left.
I can just go.
Like I can.
Actually, I
literally-
don't have invisibility. I don't.
Yeah,
really
I didn't
need
think
it.
you
I
have
don't have it.
invisibility.
I
That seems
don't have
pretty
it.
powerful for a ranger to just be.
I
Like,
have
oh,
enough stuff that I don't actually
Yeah.
need to turn invisible.
That's
Yeah,
what
you
I
just
mean.
need sneaky.
In my
But-
invisibility, I just like I'm uninvisible, not invisible.
Okay.
So if you
I'm
cast
invisible,
invisibility
not
at
invisible.
a spell slot
That's
of third
good.
level higher, you can
I
target
saw
one
him
more
back in the
person
day on like the first tour, or second
per
tour,
casting.
or I saw him in second. Like, just really into them, and a couple albums. I didn't.
You could
So I wasn't sure I was
do,
gonna
what,
go,
two
and I kept
third
thinking
level
about it. I was like,
spells?
in the end, I thought I should have went.
Bang.
Villains was really good. So that was like
So
2
really,
records
'cause he's
ago.
got
So
it
one
as
of their
well.
newer ones was very
This last one I have.
Okay, Jay,
This one.
Are you willing to burn a third level
When's
spell
the
slot
new
or a
one?
fourth level spell slot to cover more people with invisibility?
If you guys are fine with literally 1 second of invisibility down at a time out of me, you don't have to cast it on me at all.
Couldn't he just turn us all into fucking zombies and we just walk there?
Yeah, but they detect
They
light.
can detect.
They know
But
that
not
we're
with pass
alive.
without a trace, right? They only detect a
I
couple.
don't
Pass
know
without a
waste.
trace
I
would
don't know
prevent
wastes.
you from them
But
being
that's
able
a
to track.
5th level spell.
That's her 5th level spell.
That's
I
his
mean, I
fifth
could
level
do. Would a
spell.
3rd level spell do it? We're
That lets you
using
do
some
2
of mine.
people. Rama's like, I've been doing pretty good without turning invisible. I'm
Okay,
pretty
so
sure I
how
can
many-
hide.
Everybody
and
else
get
is
there.
covered
So
except
you can
for
do it yourself.
me
Luna can
and
do it. You can
somebody
do
else.
it.
No, if anyone wants to
Done
turn
it on
invisible, I
myself.
won't turn it
Yeah,
down.
I
But
give you pass without a trace. Why would you waste a spell slot?
Because
You have-
it's not enough by itself. We need to be invisible too.
You can still be seen. Like you can't just walk past.
right, pass without a trace gives you a huge bonus on your stealth check. Invisibility makes it so you can't be seen, but you can still make noise. You still leave tracks. You still can be tracked by scent.
I thought you couldn't be heard
You can
with
be.
invisibility. I
No,
thought
if
that
you
was the
scream
thing.
and you're invisible,
Well, if you scream, but I thought like it also helped with your sound.
it makes it so that you have advantage on stealth checks. But pass without a trace literally allows you to leave no footprints in the snow.
You can be
or the
invisible,
sand,
drop your sword, and fucking still make noise.
right?
Yeah, of course.
You can turn but you don't. By pass without a trace, you won't be tracked by dogs. Can't be tracked by anything unless someone is casting a spell, locate person, scry, or has a tracker on you that allows them to know your location. You cannot be tracked. That is how you can escape Hunter's Mark.
Well, I mean, I would prefer not to use the 3rd level slot if we.
I'm not saying you have
choice,
to.
but
I'm just saying you have to tell me what you're going to do.
So Carl and Ryan can do it themselves.
But like I said, I have like 1 second of
4
downtime every minute. So
there's-
I'm invisible for 60 seconds and not invisible for one second. And I'm invisible for 60 seconds and not invisible for 1 second.
That's your problem.
that could actually be useful.
So
That's actually
A
super
minute is a
useful.
long time. to
I
be
should have
running.
took fucking blink for myself. That's what I should have done.
so I can spend a 3rd level for me and
Yeah.
Luna, and you cast a 3rd for you.
Yeah,
Steve.
I guess that can happen.
Then we're only wasting
Because
one
Eldritch
spell
Invocations
slot.
you can use whenever you want, right? Right on?
For me,
Eldritch Invocations you just use whenever you want, right?
depending on the other invocation.
Okay, good.
Alright.
Okay.
Didn't say
so
there was any
It's
restriction.
Luna
done then.
passed without a trace. I then invisible. The 2 of us. Jay does Steve. These guys do themselves.
Yep.
We
The
fucking run.
Shroud of Olbane. Oh, the great one.
Is that
Look at
what's
this. He
happening?
made me invisible.
Is that-
Isn't this cool?
Has
I
everyone,
can't even see
has
my own
everyone
hands.
removed the spell slots?
Does everybody agree with this idea?
We have
Yes.
to do something. We spent an hour talking about it.
Well, we still have to find a way in.
Steve?
We still haven't even
Exactly.
Steve?
made our way into the place yet.
I'm gonna use Rama's going to use one of his arrows, and he's going to just throw it at you. One of his silence arrows.
Okay.
You're running around in plate mail. Perhaps the trace doesn't do anything for sound.
Yeah, I forgot
You're still
that-
silent.
that we rolled
So
with
now
that.
you
I-
will
I
make
like
no
going
noise.
back to that.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
Feel good, man.
Sorry, bud.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
Were you
Wow.
on the floor? You gotta be on the floor.
Lay on hand myself.
Can't hear you, man. I can't hear you.
I'm wearing half plate.
Okay.
That's fine.
So-
Everybody's silent. Everybody's
There were still
invisible.
tickets
Let's go.
even the day before, but the floor was sold out.
Rama lifts the sewer cover, and everyone books it. What's the lowest speed amongst the party?
I'm 30.
I'm probably
the
pretty
lowest.
slow.
Uh,
I'm assuming I'm 30.
My
I mean, I'm
speed's
wearing half
30.
plate.
Except Rama.
Speed?
Oh, it's only 30.
30, yeah.
Did I hit mobility peak?
I
Can't only be 35.
Maybe we forgot to increase it.
No, sorry, my speed's 45. I took the mobility.
I haven't changed my speed since our first game. At any point,
No.
it's supposed to be
It doesn't
Until you
really
get a feat.
change much. Yeah.
Yeah, my base
Get
speed's
faster.
45 now because I took
I
mobility.
get
Not,
Can
not
you get some
without like.
boots?
Yeah,
So-
type sneakers.
Okay. As we're moving through, and as the party is moving through, past a great number of undead, you're able to weave. Give me You're silenced. I'm not gonna bother with things. You guys are running. I will need a stealth check from you and half fleet. I'll need
13 plus 5 from him, plus 4 from my lead belly, plus dexterity, which is a 0. But I think I can use my. Oh, my AC isn't affected by it. It's infected by my Constitution instead because of rough and ready, which is another plus 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so 25. Yeah, rough and ready lets me use Constitution instead of
For stealth?
Dex. Oh, I don't know. It's just as far as like my AC and stuff like that.
Oh, that's your AC. I'm talking about your stealth check. So it's your dex.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So
You're a turtle. You're pretty,
I'm not wearing armor.
yeah, you're pretty dexterous, right?
Actually, I have 16.
He sounds like the
okay, well, it's still plus
It's
9.
faster.
So,
Okay.
so
So 22.
This is actually hilarious. A giant turtle, invisible, sneaking,
You
thinking from
head across the courtyard.
on his tiptoes, going past
Thank
the
you. We're here.
All right.
Okay.
He's handsome and quick.
handsome and quick.
Oh, side note, have you seen about the new Ninja Turtles that's coming out to be R-rated?
No, what is it?
Oh, it's going back
Last
to the
Ronin.
What
original.
is it?
They're doing Last Ronin.
Oh, they're doing the Last Ronin. I thought that was a video game. I thought they were releasing a Last Ronin
No,
video game. Oh, dude, you guys should check out the Last
Animated or
Ronin
live
on YouTube. Like they've got a really
No,
good
live action,
synopsis
right.
of it.
Wow.
It's so
I heard the
good.
teaser dropped. I didn't see it.
So good. The Last Ronin was amazing.
It was a good.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
second
Really,
one was
live
decent
action.
too.
Well, I just did the I did the YouTube video that pulls all the comic books and then puts them all
Okay.
together and like reads it to you pretty much. It's like an hour long and it is so good. Yeah. So I know everything there is to know about the Last Ronin, so I'll give no spoilers. Do you know the whole story too?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah, it's so
So
good.
is
It's
that-
so good.
Is that a streamer thing, or is that getting like a release? I think it's
It's pretty. I don't know about anything
playing
that's
Nickelodeon.
released.
Just
So
they just
I don't know.
said they were gonna do it.
Who did?
that's gonna be a pretty
They were
weird
just the
one
release
for them
that they
to
were
do.
gonna do the movie.
Oh,
That's not even really Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with an S. If they do the Last
Teenage
Ronin.
Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Turtle. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, all that
They
stuff.
sold it so long ago, right?
All that stuff's still going
When
on.
I was a kid, it was Eastman and Laird, and it was like always associated with them.
Yeah, Eastman and
Well,
Laird is
Eastman-
the original.
Eastman
He's
wrote
he just built this
Last Ronin,
castle.
or part of it. Co-wrote it.
Yeah, they gave him a show. He's on the board or something. Nickelodeon gave him a position. But he kind of got hosed in that whole deal. He didn't get as much money compared to
Yeah, Eastman and Laird comic books and stuff like that. They were violent. They were really good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He used to play the RPG. I used to play the Turtles
Yeah,
of Strange.
I actually have some of that by Palladium. It was by
Yeah.
Palladium.
They heard they brought it back. I heard they brought like a.
They did a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I don't remember it coming back, but I remember playing it.
What was it?
It's a
Just
pretty easy game to get into.
Yeah, and there was Heroes Unlimited was
Yeah, it was
part of
just
that
like
Heroes
same
is easy.
thing.
Stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Heroes Unlimited was
Any
part of
friends
that
that
same
read
thing.
comics?
Oh,
I like
Rifts.
Rifts a little more
But
complicated.
Rifts was separate
Nightwing
from that
was good
other
too.
Palladium universe because I think that the
Yeah, but there's a
Turtles.
conversion book that allows you to convert and do whatever you want.
The Turtles
I have
don't
it there.
cross over.
I think the Turtles were part of Heroes Unlimited world. If I'm
Have you not
mistaken.
seen the conversion book? I have it there.
I know there's conversion book, but it's just not the same. They were like separate little. I like
I like
keeping them
playing
separate.
superheroes and
Yeah.
rifts.
Yeah, Heroes Unlimited was a lot of fun actually.
Yeah, I remember trying to play the Marvel one. It just wasn't as good as Heroes. Heroes was so much easier system.
Yeah, with the Heroes Unlimited, I made characters who my favorite character type to make was a type who were I can't remember the word. It's like what Vision does. You know how Vision is like incorporeal.
Yep.
Or whatever. Like that was always my favorite superpower type. It's like, oh, I'm invisible and I can sort of fly and I can bust my hand through your chest
Yeah.
and rip out your heart. Like, you know.
So, put your pieces at the gate of the Mage's Tower at Blackstaff Tower, please. That tower is much higher than I have it represented as there. The minis are on the shelf if they're not on the table.
Visible.
Oh, Ryan, yours is on the shelf there too. Your wizard, everything is right there, buddy.
I think they're all over there, aren't they?
Your new
I
one
don't
is there too.
You got an invisible token for me too.
So the one with the lightning bolt is over there too. The one you had with your lightning bolt is over there too, Ryan.
Do you see Usador there?
Oh, you found
That
it?
guy, yeah. He was on the shelf.
I don't see Usador. Where's Usador?
Oh, I had a guy who
I'll
was
take Tim back.
blasting too. I'll take that guy.
You like Tim?
Yes, that's
I'll take
Usador.
it.
That's
More like
Usador.
he's got-
I had a guy who was shooting like an Eldritch Blast out of his hand, and that's who I was using.
Nice.
You want your mini? Or
Yeah, put him in the party. Imagine
I
The
don't see
door?
that guy.
is locked,
Shocker.
and I'm not going to spurn anyone on to use any of the abilities that they have. Tell me what you're doing when you're doing it. You are all invisible. You have passed without a trace.
Do I see some mechanical components to the
I'll
lock?
just use this
Or
guy.
is it purely magic?
It does look like there is a spot for a key. Now, since you're specifically looking and you're asking that question, you do see writing in circles all around the framework of the door.
Oh, so would Usador know what this is then in that
What
case?
language is it?
It's their wards.
Wards. Okay. Tech magic.
Well, I can dispel magic.
Oh, that's a good start.
Well, I think Kella can just like
Now-
do it whenever he wants. He can just.
How about
detect
I do an
magic.
Arcana check just to
Instantly.
get some more information? All right. 11 plus a lot.
I'll do a religion check. 13, 24, plus 4, 28.
God doesn't live here.
Let's see anything.
No.
I've got 19.
Okay.
My Arcana check. I'll
So-
add it.
On your Arcana check, there are at least 5 wards to protect this door against intruders. It is ward, so you know that doing something as simple as coming through the front door and using like the knock spell, which would normally unlock a door, a spell like that will absolutely trigger. This is a mage's guild.
Yeah.
Absolutely trigger one of the protection.
Probably apocalyptic level lightning bolt and a fireball. And
Knowing you rolled your total.
it was 19.
Did you
Which
add the
one?
additional +4 to it as well?
You don't know which one would trigger or the spell effects that are imbued on the door.
Everybody grab
Some
one.
of them are, you know that some of them are very low level. But when you're 19, you know that one of them certainly is alarm. Right? You don't know if it's an audible alarm or what kind of alarm it would trigger, but only that it is a spell that would alarm something. You are currently invisible, standing outside a door with undead milling about. I can put undead out to be milling about if you like for
The
the
second I cast spell magic, I'm visible.
correct.
We'll dispel
Well, you guys
magic
could all
on his-
open your cloaks so you can hide behind you.
That's true.
I can cast a spell magic as well.
And then you're visible.
Hmm?
And then you're visible.
But you could, like he
Oh, no, wait.
said,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could-
What are your perception checks going to be? If you're like 19
Nice.
plus all the other stuff, any total. So, but 19 plus at least 9.
31,
So
34.
the door has not, like the wood of the door itself, has not been maintained for 15 years. Now, is that what you're doing, Steve?
That's gonna set everything off.
Well, the thing is, we could all.
Is there any
go
cracks and
to-
stuff in the door? Is there anything?
It's a wooden door. It was sturdily built at one time, but it's been raining constantly. And
yeah, is there a crack?
Detect
Like, is
good
there
and evil.
something that could?
not there are windows, but not at the main, not on the main level. There's evil all around you. There's undead,
Is the glow? Is the door? Is the castle glowing?
not with good and evil. No.
But to follow up on Steve's question, because it wasn't thoroughly answered, could a shapeshifter get through that door? He said it's damaged. Could a spider get through it?
Could a spider enter the building? Yes.
Through the front door and just be on the opposite side of where we are and open it potentially?
Maybe not through the door, but there might be a crack in a window nearby. There are windows that are not on the main floor, to reiterate what I said just a second ago. There could be cracks in the framework on other levels, on the second floor,
Right.
or
Okay.
whatever. The front door would be
You
the
getting
most
this one?
heavily guarded way to enter this castle.
More guarded.
You could get in. We don't know how. It would likely not be. It would be a risk for you. Well, I don't have any other better ideas right now.
Can we see any open windows up there on the
What
top?
are you saying?
Here's
Like,
our
my
Arcana
shape
check.
shifted?
That's all I can think of.
If the door was to be open from someone on the inside, it would negate all these.
Is there any broken
That's
windows?
correct.
So let's try and get Luna in.
Well, I mean, I could always just face step right on in there if you wanted me to.
Oh.
I could
Oh.
misty step in.
Can you misty step in?
As long as you can see it.
Just teleports me right in.
What,
there.
like through
But it's
through a door?
Still gotta
with
find
the
an opening.
spell.
No,
Where
no.
are
Yeah,
you
but-
going to teleport through? Are you going to tell me? Describe in detail what you're doing.
Don't go through
Well,
the wards.
If there's a crack or something like that around, not through the wards, don't forget my invisibility. I can recast it whenever, as many times as I want. Right?
Well,
I'm
we're more
constantly
worried about
recasting
you
it over
setting
and
off
over.
a fireball on all of us.
Yeah.
Hello.
So what I'm
Goes
saying
into
is,
a shell.
if there's any window anywhere whatsoever, I can just I can misty
It's a
step
cooked
in through it.
reptile that maybe tastes like
But
chicken.
you can just step once, right?
No, misty step's a straight up
Isidore
teleport.
Isidore
feet,
will honor
straight
you
up
by
to the-
Straight up,
by
straight up
afterwards.
TP, buddy.
Terrible
By
guys
the
all
time.
Straight up
time using
TP.
it. I have
Yeah.
bad experience.
Lucky
Probably saw
Yeah.
that Simpsons episode.
Do you choose to
Remember that?
teleport
Yeah.
in? And if you do, where do you choose to teleport? to?
Well, I'm
Because
gonna not go through the main gate that has all the wards on it. If we just kind of look around a little bit, we've made it this far. Like, let's just find anywhere that I can see my way in, and I'll just misty step right on through, and then I'll go back to the gate and I'll open it from
Love
the
it.
other side.
Let's do it.
An open window though.
And if I get in trouble, I'll start blasting.
No, they'll set off an alarm. Try to find an open window creep. Try to go.
Yeah. So
And
all we
then
need
I-
to
I
do
go
is,
to you
so
and I
can we?
whisper,
Can I do like
"You're
an
telling us what
investigation
you're
check
doing?"
actually, or something like that?
Little Usador, you're telling us this?
What are you talking
You've
about?
gone
Little-
from
Little
that's
Usador?
not my son. I want to kill him. To now referring to him as Little Usador.
My next game's me. That's
Little
my
Usador.
boy.
Yeah.
If you do this successfully, I will
What?
consider
You'll
you
murder
maybe
me
not-
in my sleep?
I will be
Like
less
my
likely.
dreams have been telling you to?
I will be less likely. You'll be proving to me that there may be a sliver of good in you.
Or you're gonna defy your gods that are speaking
not-
to you,
I'm not gonna
or
defy-
whatever, Dad.
I think we can maybe, if you work hard and you work on your behavior,
Oh, I can be one of
might
the
be
9
able to
bastard
convince-
children of Usador.
might
who
be able to
isn't
convince-
needing to be murdered.
the gods that you don't need to die. I'm trying here, but you've got to work with me. This needs to be a two-way street. You can't just be evil.
Misty step.
I've never been evil. I've never done anything evil to
I'm
anybody.
sorry. The gods
All I
told
did
me.
was cook you delicious meals and give you bonuses to all of your proficiency checks and
call
extra
you
hit
Daddy.
points.
telling you that the
I did
god,
nothing.
the
You guys
god
attacked
of
me.
justice, the
You have
god
to
of
see where
justice
you're
said
going,
that
right?
you're
You
evil.
You have to see where you're going.
That's what That's right. That's why we have to.
Can you
that's
see
why I
up
have
the
to.
tower? Is it too
Goes through a
dark? Is
window,
it too?
Could I get up to the parapet? I could obviously get up to the parapets up here.
Why don't we send Luna as a spider up there?
Yeah, she could do it too.
Might
It'd be
be
better if
Doesn't
you
have to be
misty
me.
stepped it. But
easier.
He has to be able to see to where he's going.
How dark is it? What could he see?
That's what I'm saying. We'd have to wander around and find like a window or a crack that I could see through to get in there.
Luna would
and then
need
I
to
could
do that too.
No, because she could just climb a wall and then climb down the other side.
You can look through a window.
That's what I mean. I could look through a window
Look
and then
through a window.
immediately
But there's
TP
no
into
windows
there.
on the main.
You have to go to the second
Yeah.
floor.
That's right.
And if you
I'll
make a
hoist you
climb
up.
check, okay.
I'll hoist you up. Look through a window. Like,
Are you doing that?
If you want
Will
to
that
do that
ruin
for
your
me, I'll do it.
invisibility?
I'll hoist you
Is
up,
that
look through the
action
window.
My
involved?
invisibility is
Well, not-
constantly
not
going
attack,
up and
you're
down.
interacting with you. It's willing. It's not like
Right. My invisibility is constantly up and down anyway. I'm 60
Okay,
seconds on, 1 second
He's
off.
hoisting you up.
All right, so if I can see through a window, I'll just misty step on through.
look through the window
Yeah.
and you see a dim light coming from around a corner inside what looks like an office or small library, a place of study.
oh,
There is a small light. You can't see its source, but you can see inside the room faintly.
I'll relay that information back to the party before doing anything crazy.
Still don't know what's going on with Ryan the Centaur.
Hmm?
Don't know what's
Is
going
it?
on with Ryan the Centaur.
But I'm invisible.
He's still around somewhere, presumably, or he's dead.
So what that means though is even if I were to get in and open the door, there's
Should
someone
Usador
in
go
there
around
that
town
will
putting up
probably know
missing-
that the door got
Missing
open.
centaur posters.
Right.
Has anyone seen this centaur?
So like I said, even if I get in now and I open the door, we know that someone's inside there. That's probably gonna be like, oh, the gate is opening. So what do we
We'll
want to
come
do?
out. We're all invisible. That's great. Come out. We're all invisible.
And what, the door open on its own?
let's just go.
Well,
knock,
he'll be
knock, knock,
he'll be
and then everybody's
suspicious.
invisible. Just knock on the
Oh,
door.
well, he'll be
Once you
suspicious.
teleport through, you will be more than 30 feet from Luna, and the pass without a trace spell will be gone.
But I'll still be invisible.
And
Still be
you'll be away from them.
Well, technically, I won't be invisible, but then it won't be invisible.
Right, and then you still get your advantage on your stealth checks, but not +10 on your advantage on your stealth
That's right.
checks. Or +19.
So you guys let me know.
I
I'm
think you
just
should do
I'm
it.
just some kid. Like, do you want me to do that? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'll go through the window if you want me to.
This is a.
I don't want to get murdered.
That sounds like high school.
I don't want to
I
get
was gonna say,
murdered.
I'm more comfortable with Luna doing this.
Yeah.
I think Luna's the better idea because she can just like literally spider her
I
way
mean, it
in.
wastes one change, but I'm willing to.
Well, what do you
I'm
think,
willing to
Fun?
sacrifice that.
Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Guarantee I will flee.
I'm invisible.
Well, what do you
for
think,
another
sweetheart?
55 minutes. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Is there something she could turn into though?
Why don't you try and identify the runes and see if you can deactivate them? You are a mage after all. You're level 13. This is like a
I
mage's
can't hear what.
passive.
Sorry, what are you saying, Rochelle?
Easiest.
So I wild shape,
Okay,
go in, look around,
okay.
and then come back.
You wild
over,
shape into
Open the door.
into what?
Or I wild shape and turn and make sure coast is clear and open the door.
You wild shape into a tiny little spider.
Well, I was.
Find a crack.
Is there something you could? Well, you said there were open windows.
Not open. There are windows.
Oh.
There are might be as a spider. She could find a way. There's spiders in the house. There's spiders.
Yeah.
A spider can find its way in.
I was just wondering if there was something a little bit more durable she could turn into. But
Air elementals can't be invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deal with the
Air elementals.
Air elementals only have invisibility.
No, but she is invisible. She is
But
invisible.
once you
Would-
wild shape when
Take away your invisibility.
I think it's just concentration, right?
Let's look.
Oh,
Air
yeah.
Yes,
elementals.
but I think my
A
wild
fumbling
shape
cloud
doesn't
of whirling air. I don't know if that's going to be.
means my
The
concentration.
invisible tornado.
Yeah, it's like I feel a
Yeah,
strong
once-
breeze suddenly.
The actual, because you're invisible, the actual elemental will be invisible, but the effects of your presence would not.
But
Yeah.
question: Would
I
she
was trying
wouldn't
to
be
think of
seen
something
as
that-
alive? Would she?
Yeah,
Would the
it's
zombies consider her alive?
More like a ghost, I guess, right?
We're not worried about zombies inside.
No, no, I know, but
So
like,
what we know that inside, just from me being lifted up and looking through the window, that it seems there's a light on in a study. So no matter what happens, we're probably going to
Give me
alert
an
whoever that
investigation check.
person is. Investigation check as I'm looking through? Yeah. 12 plus 9, 21 plus in, so 21.
Not candlelight. It's not flickering.
So it's probably light.
Could be from a light spell, could be from
Could be
whatever.
an ancient spell that
Yeah.
still was on.
Could be no one in there at all with just like a light source.
So, Rochelle, do you burn the shapeshift and do you go up the wall as a
or put flares
What?
in here.
and go through a
Steve,
small
what?
crack in the window? These stained glass windows.
I will shapeshift to find my way through a crevice.
Into a spider so you can find your way through a crevice. Okay. You feel very comfortable and natural in the spider form. Once you turn into the spider form, you will get that familiar feeling that something notices you. Even though you're invisible, even though you have passed without a trace. But either way, you're a spider, you climb up the wall, you pass through the window, you get into this immense room now because you're looking at it from a spider's size. There is a very dim light coming from an elevated position around the corner in this large, to you, enormous study. When you were in your own size, you would probably think this would be like, enough space for three people to study and work on things. Comfortably. There's a door on the western side that leads you out of the room. There are a number of candles and a number of books lining the walls in this room. The desks that you can see have all kinds of manners of chalks and papers and things strewn about. What do you do?
I it's otherwise empty.
You don't see anyone. Now give me what's your passive perception?
Passive is 13.
Plus 9. No, you don't get Steve's.
She's on the other side of the door.
Do you still have any extra hit points or not? Or did you lose those?
She lost those.
She lost.
You lost those, so yeah, you don't have my +4 either then.
So, yeah, you don't perceive anything. Aside, you don't believe that there's anybody in the room. You can the gap under the door is enough for you to scurry under.
Can she detect magic on the other side of the door?
Which can't cast spells when she's in her animal form. Do you shapeshift back, or do you retain this spell and do you move toward the door?
I will go through the door, like
Okay.
under the door.
You pass under the door. As you pass under the door, your spider having eyes on top of it, you notice that you are passing between the legs of an enormous statue. The statue is blocking the door. It is holding an enormous sword, and it takes no notice of you. So it's a statue, so I shouldn't say it, but you carry on through it. You think it's odd that there is a statue blocking this door. You carry on, make your way down the stairs toward the front door of Blackstaff's tower. You can't hear the party on the other side because they're all past the trace. They're all standing outside the door. You're fairly certain this is the front door that you were standing at. There is a large wooden beam set in place across the door to prevent it from opening. There are magic circles and runes engraved on this beam that is placed across the door. And the holster that fit, like the wooden bar fits across and has grooves in it that is set specifically into this specific spot. It blocks the door and it completes the runes when it's all set in place.
Once it's gone, the spells are off. We can get
What is it made out of?
Wood,
Okay.
So
I could lift wood in my human form.
not in your spider form. You could not.
No, not in spider form. I'd have to shapeshift that.
You would.
has anyone seen the
You
anime?
could definitely
that
lift
time I got
wood, but
reincarnated
probably
as a
not as a
spider?
spider. As a
That's a
drow,
good
you
one.
could lift wood. Spider wouldn't.
But that's your choice.
Look at the runes and see if you can tell what they are.
Yeah, is there any markings on it?
Should have done that from the other side of the door.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
There's five layers.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Well,
Does it-
he would have told us if I was doing an investigation check on them.
Yeah, but
Clearly, like
I don't know.
doing
You
a
could-
second investigation.
No, with your
after
check, I told you that you couldn't discern
you might be
what
able
all
to
the
match.
spells
yeah.
were.
You might be
You
able
know
to
that
mark.
one would certainly be alarm.
You might be able to match it up if there's a certain one on the other side of the door that you can match up with the other one, and then you would know which one to.
She has the
use.
spell magic. We might be able to get rid of some of the runes, but we need her to know what's there, right?
So
She knows what.
Give me an Arcana check.
I break past without a trace.
give me a.
Well,
No, you
that
break
doesn't
invisible.
matter anymore.
Yeah, you would lose your invisible. You're interacting with an object. You're still invisible because you shapeshift. You're still invisible. You're not taking damage or attacking anything. You can still interact with objects, but the object moving is visible. Like if you are invisible and pick up a cup, the cup is floating. But if you take an aggressive action or take damage from an area of an effect spell, your invisibility
Or
spell
cast
is
a
lost.
Cast a spell.
But
Or
that
cast a spell.
that statue's on the second floor, so the floor she's in right now is like the foyer.
The first floor, yeah.
Does she see
It is a
anything?
large, aside from the two staircases that swoop down toward this area, there are two smaller statues than the one upstairs that are inside. There is a large circle drawn on the floor, drawn on the rug that is on the floor. That is, it's massive. It's beyond your knowledge of magic. And you notice that some of the pennants on the wall, like have been torn down and replaced with like a single banner that has a red stripe down the middle, a white, a green stripe, a black, and a blue stripe down either side. The same type of pennant, the same type of banner
dragon heads.
that you found at the Shrine of Oral
Way back.
when that was before you knew it was a Shrine of Oral, when the white dragon was found there. Those are the pennants that were the banners that were covering up the symbols of Oral. So you would recognize that these look newly placed. Well, they're kept.
Can you go back to Red Tail Rose? Just make sure it's still going.
The calls again? We're still dealing with the call at the end.
There we go.
So that's where you're at. Before you have until you tell me you're breaking your shapeshift, you have not. You're in spider form, staring at a massive door. There's if you climb up the wall, if you climb up the door, you can see that there are runes on the beam that goes on the inside, and the beam completes 4 of the circles. There's one beam in the middle of the circle there's one circle in the middle of the beam that would still remain.
So Rochelle, can you do an Arcana check on those runes? I can't tell you what to do, but I would suggest. Maybe
I'm
do
not
that.
doing it. That's the important thing. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, if you
They're
could.
wizard runes or like druid runes?
Well,
Magic
you can
runes. You still cast magic. You do know it, but you don't know like the intricacies of magic study.
But you might know.
You do cast rituals. You have the ritual casting feat. You can discern perhaps what spell it is that is not going to be encompassed by this.
I can see why she would wonder if she could do
100%.
anything with
100%.
But it's worth trying.
Yeah.
Because you have to spell magic, so maybe you've got an idea of what it is, and if you could even.
She has been hanging out with a
You
wizard.
also
for
have
quite
the
a
ritual
while
caster
now.
feat, so you understand the drawing of
All
circles.
those fluids.
You understand that. You understand, Rochelle, that the completion of the circles and rituals, the completion of the symbols is very important. By removing the beam, you will not. That will break the circles, thereby bypassing those spells. There is one circle that is still on the center of the beam. Give me a perception check. I'll give you just an actual check, not your passive.
Could she not do something like just scratch it out?
She could certainly try.
You could try and scratch it out.
So, what's your passive
18.
plus your wisdom
See if I can get in right now.
Wisdom is 4.
plus your proficiency if you're proficient?
I'll have 2 in that shot.
Proficient in wisdom.
Perception.
Perception.
4. So plus 8. 18 plus 8.
Okay, so
Oh,
26.
that's
26.
There is a spot on the wall where this beam belongs, and it also has the same symbol in the middle that is in the middle of this beam.
Magic.
Yeah. So if we get it there quick enough, hopefully that settles it.
I think that's all up to Luna, basically, though. Take it off, put it on.
It is,
Yeah.
but she has to tell me that she's doing it to get out of her wild shape form, thereby nullifying it, and then what action she's taking. As far as knowing, unless you make an Arcana check, I can't tell you what the symbol that is
Oh, yeah. It always does.
right. That is in the middle
Ooh, that's a good
would
shot.
be.
Yeah, I don't have
Pretty good
that. I don't
representation
have
of a wizard's
Arcana.
style, right?
Yep.
Well, you can still roll
You
for it.
can
You
roll
might
for
get
On the
lucky
outside
enough.
for sure.
You
Yeah,
just don't
really
add
cool.
anything to it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Just try and get a lucky roll.
You just add your intelligence, not your proficiency.
Yeah.
Especially from this particular angle.
Sweetheart,
everything,
just
flows
roll a
so
20.
nice.
Just do it.
I like working. I like
Please roll a
I
20.
did
Yeah.
I rolled an 8.
Roll a nice.
plus.
3 is 11.
There are symbols,
So-
all right.
Yeah. So let's.
You don't know what that spell is, so the choice is yours of what you do.
Pull it off.
I'm gonna shapeshift back into my druid.
Okay, you're now back in your drow form. You can
Look, you're surrounded by symbols of oral. You should
Not
definitely
anymore.
just
Nope.
lift the wood.
nope.
Okay.
Tiamat. Tiamat.
Come on, I just had to.
Pick up the bar, drop it on the other thing to match the symbols, and keep the pole. And
Yeah.
hope that that's what works.
So I look and maneuver this largish beam.
What's your actual strength score?
We go in
My actual strength? I mean, my strength is a +1.
Okay, give me a strength check.
12.
Give me a strength check.
18
Nice.
plus.
We're good.
All right.
No problem. It was a 12 DC. It was a low, like just above, you know.
Not
Not
the
quite
luck,
take
yeah,
the
still have
10.
Yeah,
to-
you
it's
still got to do it.
50.
You can still drop it.
Yeah.
Right? It's awkward and
Works
You-
as half.
you place it back in. You place it in its holster. You guys hear this happening on the other side of the door. You can enter.
So does the door just open?
No,
Well, Luna needs to open.
Luna can open the door.
All right.
We're
I was gonna
assuming
say-
I open said door.
You open the door. Cool. Well, now we're at 20 to 10. Okay.
I suggest we close it again and put the beam back in place behind us.
I don't know about that though.
No, I think that's the right idea. That way, nothing looks disturbed. You
Nothing
know?
looks disturbed. We
That
don't have
way-
anything
yeah.
just
But
wandering
we also
in.
don't have a way out.
Yeah, but then we just lift
No,
it
we
up
just let
again
the
and we
beam-
put it back.
If we're booking
If
it,
we're booking it, are we
who
gonna
gives
have
a fuck?
Yeah. What I'm saying is, if some
going
guard
first
were
if they're
to wander
booking it?
by and they were
You.
to see the gate unlocked, you know,
really man
it's-
that door?
Right? That's
But
it.
yeah, I do think we should put it back so that
Yeah. just so that it looks undisturbed, you know.
Okay.
until the undead.
As
come in.
do you open the door, Luna?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I was so happy.
As the door opens, all the undead in the courtyard, it creaks on its hinges, and all the undead on the courtyard turn their gaze toward Blackstaff's tower. You can now see in the distance those skittering undead, and
Hello goes in.
your character recognizes them as Wights
Oh, damn.
that are scurrying around, feeding off anything, rats, mice, anything like that. This is what a white generally looks like. Okay, they take, and they're very intelligent for an undead. They take notice and they begin rushing, and as they begin rushing toward the door, all of the other undead in the area also rush toward the door.
So everybody runs
Everybody
inside.
in, close this door, bar it.
I grab
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
I block the door.
Excuse me for a
Should be
moment.
able to do that.
Oh, no.
I don't need these here for
The
now.
castle falls
That
on
doesn't
us.
symbolize us all dying.
Good.
And that's the end of D&D for the
There
rest
it is.
of our
Boom.
lives.
Who dropped it? I got it on video. Cool. There we go.
So,
And I got that booty.
you
Yeah.
like that? We have stuff. Nope.
We got like
Gotta go.
15 minutes.
2 more minutes.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, Saturday's tough. Like,
I'll drive Carl.
One of my 2 days. I can still walk. I told her to be home by like 10:15.
D-bag was
I think
supposed
weekdays
to...
are better. Yeah.
Sorry, T-bag, not D-bag.
Well, I just don't. My
T-bag
wife
was
will
supposed
just
to take
go to
kids this
sleep.
weekend.
If it's like weekday, my wife will just go to sleep.
Yes.
T-bag.
Weekend, I'm supposed to hang out.
It's just too much stuff is going on the weekend.
It looks like it's gonna be a shit day tomorrow for disc golf, so I'm probably not gonna be having
It's gonna rain, but the
It's gonna be rain, thunder, all the bad stuff.
That sucks. I'm supposed to go shooting.
I want to go for a run.
I went for a nice run today.
Nice.
Good. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Just up the street, around the block for a bit. And
You know what's a really good
Did you
place?
do like a 5K,
Park.
10K?
Pinafore
I'd
Park.
say call it like a 1.5.
Well, you'd be pretty sick.
But yeah, that's why.
If you're like, I
part
went
of the
for
reason why I did
15K,
it.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
whoa, okay.
Yeah, no, it was just
You
like
were
to
at
get out,
Pinafore
get
Park,
some
Steve?
air,
You
and
didn't
just
call to
like
say you
get
were
my
in
heart
town?
rate up
That's the
and
last
stuff,
time I was
too.
at Pinafore Park. Last
Oh.
time you messaged me, you told me that. But we went for the walk around the lake and all that stuff. Like it's actually really nice. It's all paved. I like that.
Oh yeah, around Lake Margaret, I think it's called, or something like that, right?
You come around the other
real
side,
nice.
see all the
Real
houses.
nice.
Yeah, we were when
Yeah,
we first
well,
moved
there's
here,
so
we were
much.
looking at a house in there.
And we all live in the
not-
big house. I live
near Whitaker.
We looked at one of the houses. It was
Your,
like a
your
million bucks. I
wisdom,
was
so
like,
the 16.
we got a
is
good
your
deal. We bought one
passive.
more. It was terrible.
oh, that's fine.
No,
So bad.
passive is.
Oh, are these the statues? The
Couple of
statues
Now
are
we get,
alive.
like, more
Let's
jobs.
see if I can get
Like a big apartment.
see what kind of a nice view I can get of all
Oh, yeah.
those
Oh,
Oh
shit.
Okay.
What do you do for
plus
work, by the way?
I'm a stay-at-home dad right now.
Oh.
Used to work as a
Never mind.
Like an ED or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I lost like $8,000 today in cryptocurrency.
Oh, no.
It was fucking
It dropped
amazing.
today?
Seriously?
Oh, buddy, it's getting crushed right before the halving. It was fucking
Is this the
terrible.
time to
dude.
buy?
I bought a crypto ETF just to.
Oh yeah,
have a
yeah,
little bit of
yeah.
money. It's
Yeah.
been doing
No.
awesome.
Oh, I know, right?
It's
That's a
It's
serious
like
issue.
40%.
I know the ETFs are amazing, and now Hong Kong is about to approve the ETFs as well, and the Bitcoin halving is coming. So I think that there was a lot of like,
What's Bitcoin up to now?
Trepidation.
it was at like 96.
896.
It was it actually hit an all-time high. It was at over 100 like
I
2
would
weeks ago.
cashed out.
Oh no! You don't cash out everything, no. But now it's
That's
back.
the-
Now
this
it's down to like
represents
85. It like
the-
got crushed today. Today's in particular, it lost like 6% or
What
something.
spurred that on?
I think that it's a lot of people that are dumping before the halving. So I think that a lot of the price gain was kind of built in in the anticipation of the Bitcoin halving, which
Oh,
is
is this
coming up
because
really
that
quickly.
company wants to buy all the Bitcoin up these seeds?
There's all the
10%
companies want to buy all the Bitcoin. But what's happening right now is there's new ETFs. Hong Kong might approve ETFs, so China might start getting in on those. And then on top of that, there's the Bitcoin halving that's coming. So the block rewards are going to go down to only like 3.5 Bitcoin or something instead of 7. And so that's always going to decrease the amount of Bitcoin that goes in circulation, which puts lots of price pressure on it. But I think that a lot of people bought in anticipation of it. So now that it's here, it's like buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal, you know?
Did you
So-
really lose $8,000 today? Like in real
Well,
money?
I didn't technically lose it because I didn't cash it out. I'm way ahead in crypto world. I'm way ahead, but I haven't realized the gains, nor have I realized any losses. Of course, right?
The balance in the account is down.
The balance in the account is down, but I'm way ahead of where I started. Like I've been doing crypto for like 5 years now. So
It's just like your house value will go up and down.
yeah.
It
But
doesn't matter
it
until you
didn't-
sell it.
On paper, it looked really bad today. I'll tell you that much. On paper,
Do you
my
tell your wife
account-
that or just like,
my wife doesn't care. We're so far ahead right now that it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, we've done our more than 10x right now. So even after the losses, we're doing good.
How long has it been?
So-
you've been at it?
I've been at it like 5 years now. I lost, but to be fair, about 5 years ago, I lost everything when Cryptopia got hacked, and I lost everything that I had, so I had to restart. And yeah,
That's the downside to crypto.
That's the
Especially
downside
the
to
old
crypto.
stuff. Like one
I've got-
guy, one
We don't.
Yeah.
one
I don't
guy
need the
dies, you're
frontage.
fucked.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need the frontage, but for now, this is where we're at.
And we're on
You
the
get
other
the in this area here. I should actually put that there.
we're not in there?
One always
Can't
lies,
see
one
them?
always
side.
tells the
We're
truth.
I think we're in there.
This is a curved alcove. Forgive me for not being able to. Oh, I can, excuse me, Carl.
Yep. I'm just checking it out, making sure it looks good. Do you want to go to Red Tail Roads just while you're doing that, so I can make sure it looks good?
I have 2 hands. I will do that.
What is that?
They're statues.
Like statues, air quotes.
I'm sure they're fine.
I start blasting.
We'll be fine.
That's my guy saying. Start blasting. Give me the powers, Dark One. Let's blast them. Woo woo. I don't even know what I'm doing. All I know is I can blast them now. I saw Kellic blasting. Now I want to blast too. I'm gonna deal with some guy. It's all good.
Okay.
So
You
I'm gonna
know,
blast
now it's
things.
an alcove, like I was just trying to describe. It's like a curved alcove in that location.
Go to Red Tail Rogues. Let me see what it looks like.
Adventure background. I hear the movie upstairs.
Well, yeah. Sorry, we've been.
Oh wow, look at this central focus is actually that bottle of booze.
That looks pretty cool.
So
They all worship.
All right, let's take a quick look here.
The apple
Everything
whiskey.
now that it's all set up. So here's what things look like on the inside.
put yourselves at the door.
On the other side of the door.
Everybody?
At the door. For now.
Tell's already halfway through it. The crack's open.
Then is inside.
turn invisible again. I'm permanently invisible, basically. Oh, you just got these guys showing up out here? You're putting these
They've
here
all
on
been there. I'll
purpose?
put them there now because they
Oh,
might
okay.
become relevant. You never can tell.
In the way of my camera.
So we have barred the door, correct? We were successful.
We were
are
moving
in
through the door.
process.
As the door opened, these guys took notice.
Blast them.
So as Tello comes to the door,
As
he
they
says,
also open,
Oh, geez.
some of the skeletons begin to glow with an eerie light.
Oh, man.
That's my least favorite type of light.
The eerie kind? Oh,
Eerie
shit.
kind.
Is it still up? Is it still working? We're down to one viewer.
No, you have to.
All right, good.
Who's the other viewer?
It should be Luna.
Rochelle and then us.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It's just it's
Fil-
weird
fil-
because it's just
filming
saying
on-
on here. Saying one on my phone and two on there.
I like these ones.
Weird.
So, that's where we're at currently.
So as I come through the door, I say, Luna, where's the bar? We need to block this door.
The bar is on the wall at this side.
Okay. So
I
I
grab
roll-
it, move it.
Yeah, I was say,
Wait, you're not in yet?
Everybody's in.
What do you mean?
We're all in. Look at our bodies.
Look at them, they're there.
We're there. See? Look.
Everyone moves in toward the door, and I also said that they took notice as the door opened and began moving towards it. So, as you move toward the door,
Set up all these figures for no reason. Now
No,
he has to
I
I
put them all
blast
away.
them with gusts of wind.
Tello just leans against the door.
so
It opens in.
as
So
you,
Tello leans against it. He's 450 pounds.
you feel them begin to push against the door.
Okay, so I yell to Steve.
You can't put the beam in.
So I yell to Steve, get this beam in.
I get
Steve, give me a strength check.
What about the gust of wind? Can that
I
push
need a
them up?
strength check.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, but we don't want to
You're fine.
actually.
You're fine.
engage.
Like if you'd have rolled like
Do it.
a 1, even with your +5, +9.
Then I roll lucky, then I got it again.
Yeah, right. but then you gotta use your lucky. That's the thing.
Yes, use the lucky.
Right?
We're fucking down to 5 minutes, so lucky.
Right. Okay. So you are able to put the door back across. As soon as the beam goes across the door, and Tello, you're leaning against it, you feel a little shock. You take 10 damage. The other side of the door, you hear it's a surge of energy, and like it sounds like a roaring fire ever so briefly outside, and nothing is leaning on the door anymore.
So you did set up all these guys and now they're all gone.
No, they're still outside. They're still outside.
Alright.
Okay? I didn't set all those guys up for no reason.
Turn undead.
Trust me, there's a
Well,
method
look,
to my madness.
These
They
three
will
guys
still
got
be
squished.
there.
Alright, they're gone.
They'll still be there when
can
we're
only-
done in here.
When
I'm
we are
sure
fleeing
when
for our
we
lives on this
back
route.
down and we can get
So-
through.
I'll leave this set up for next game.
Nice.
Okay.
It's 5 minutes to go. That way everybody can get home in the time that they said they're going to be home at, and you can get yelled at by your wife.
Yay. We're gonna watch some more Fallout tonight.
So good, right? Did you just? I just watched the
We're
Michelle and I.
we
Did you
got
release the whole
halfway.
season?
Yeah, we got halfway through episode 1. Then my wife fell asleep. But I played every Fallout. I played
Oh, yeah.
Fallout 1 when it was like hex based,
I
and it
didn't
was
do- I
that was
didn't
like
do
the
one.
best one. And Fallout
Didn't do
2 when you get the Gek,
Yeah.
so good. Another hex based one.
Yeah.
And then Fallout 3 obviously becomes like a
You
3D
know
one.
what game I just
I have
downloaded
not
for
played
the
1 and
Switch?
2, but I've played
What game?
3 and 4
Free for
Pathfinder.
PS4.
numerous
Oh,
times.
cool.
So
It's
it's
like
3 and 4.
it's just
It's
like
like
D&D.
D&D.
It's just like
got
D&D.
the,
3 on the PS4.
But I started it, and the story is.
Oh,
I gotta give it a chance.
Right.
You only
Like,
watch one episode?
pick up.
the movie
Just
the
their,
game just started.
like I know
And
that
so far-
the first 2 were like
I was rescued, brought back
Something
to
more like a
life.
Zelda
There
or
was a
something.
festival
But,
that
they're
was
my
being
favorite
being had. After a certain time,
Get the roll.
Never
demons
mind.
destroyed the festival. Demon Lord
Wow.
ruined the city. A silver dragon, or was killed, and I've
They're
fallen
ready to
into
get
the
on.
abyss somewhere. And this is like I'm
I
level.
think this was more of a story-driven one.
So why it's getting to this? But I didn't know at the end of last game. No one had given me any direction as to where anybody was going. This now gives us a firm direction. We know where we're here. This is what we're dealing with. I'm not going to build out the whole city. I wanted to know what was going on and how you guys were going to deal with the problems of getting here. Because if you guys had just run across, could you have survived an attack?
And especially knowing now what we know what these guys were, that would have been a rough. That would have been a rough combat.
You
That would
fought
not have
flaming
been
blazing skeletons before.
Yeah.
They hurl. They're doing 46 damage
show you
per
felt
roll.
like you want a
These
bit?
two per turn.
Oh,
Red
it
Tail
was
Rogues,
just getting late.
shutting
But,
it
like,
down.
I didn't watch it.
I was like,
Here
if
we
I
go,
get into it, I
everybody.
wanna watch another
It's-
one.
it's
Like, I'll
very
be
good.
here all
Till
night, right?
next
So I didn't
time.
did my towing yet.
Did you want
Red
a
Tail
little,
Rogues.
coconut,
It's not turning off.
coconut sativa.
So we
infused.
can, like I said,
Coconut fever.
I'll leave
Yeah,
this
it's
set up
just
for next
oil,
time.
wheat oil.
Yeah.
No? Yes. No.
Oil, sure.
So
And
now we're
I'll,
smoking this for eating.
I'm gonna make a little run
Conversation.
for the.
Just like
force.
coconut, really.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Until next
Stop
time, Red
trying
Tail
to-
Rogues.
It's reasonably. I just like
Spending it on you, Stefan.